Oh yeah, they played the Shadow Cleave. That's
Yeah.
1-1.
Oh my God, that was long. Okay, so it's tied up.
Yep.
So it's all going to be coming down to this. And sick. All right. Okay, we'll find out. Can Mushroom Company, do it again? They're probably just going to ban out the Ellie again. Yep, there's the Ellie. Oh, and the different, so Shadow Priest ban going to be banned out once again. And I don't know. I mean, I think Sonic Kids, I think that the Druid Healer is obviously better for that matchup. So, it's understandable that they lost and everything, but they just seemed so one-dimensional, man. It was like...
Yeah, they weren't doing anything. They were just like, okay, let's kill Bon Q.
Yeah.
And then the next game they were like, okay, let's kill the Warlock, and then they lost.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, even in the Warlock game, they were almost on the Mage the whole time, and it's like they never were doing anything to the Mage ever, or to the Druid. Like, when did they attack the Druid? Never, ever. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
We'll have to see what
they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to step it up, man. They're gonna have to step up that game.
Definitely gonna have to. Yeah, definitely gonna have to make some swaps happen. Like get something going because obviously tunneling one target isn't gonna work at these stages. Like players are too good for that. Like if you're getting tunneled, you get one thing about being tunneled is actually you get used to being tunneled. You get used to the damage you're taking, so you're actually able to adapt to it. But by making swaps on other players, if they're not used to taking damage for a while, it's actually much different. Like if you're playing against a comp that does high damage and all of a sudden you're not ready for that, like you can just die. So definitely want to see some swaps.
And I mean, even more, just the fact that he's allowed to just have blooms on one target the whole game. The Druid, it's so easy for the Druid to heal through that. But anyway, Shadow Priest is going to be banned out, Alishan banned out, Unholy Decay banned out, so why not just see MLD versus MLS? If I'm Mushroom Company, I'm picking the same thing. They won last time, and I think they should know that it's the Shaman swap that's going to net them that win, as they did finally do that, and they got that Shaman swap at the end. But anyway.
Yeah, so Chris Shaman shot, definitely that's what they needed to do, and I'm sure if they play it again, they're going to be doing that a lot more, seeing how it worked out for them there. So... yeah, I don't know. It looks like it's going to be a similar matchup, unfortunately. Maybe see a different healer coming out for Rylez' team. We'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be the same thing. Oh, wait. Oh my God, it's MLD. MLD versus MLD.
MLD versus MLD.
Kill me now!
This is even worse.
Yeah, okay. Well, anyway, we'll find out, man.
So Fnaber coming out for this Rylez' team. I wonder if they'll be playing Alliance this time. I feel like Alliance is actually better for an MLD. Actually, maybe not MLD, but you do a lot more damage as human as mages and warlocks combined. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess will is important, but still, just god damn it.
Well,
Druids are just too good.
In the mirror. At the same time, yeah, druids are so hard to kill, man. It's like Fnaber is an excellent druid, so
yeah.
It's gonna be tough. But maybe Fnaber is just gonna like cyclone Bon Q and deny them from training.
Maybe he's gonna be like, no, this is like you guys have to do.
Yeah.
You're not attacking this mage.
He just keeps cloning him. Rylez like, I'm on the mage.
I want to kill the mage. Yeah. He just the mage's cyclone.
Yeah, I'm on the mage. I'm cloning the mage. Get off him.
Exactly.
Attack someone else.
Please, the god. Yeah, so maybe that'll come into play. But yeah, I definitely feel like actually Homer last game didn't go for any cyclones. I don't agree with that. That means I think they're doing something wrong as MLD if your druid isn't going for any cyclones at all.
Yeah.
I think is important. Like CC the enemy teammates, like howl them and stuff, be able to get that going for yourself. Steve Corolla
Alright, anyway guys, we're going to get all queued up in this. Hopefully we have some exciting games here. Mushroom Cup is ready. And Sonic Kids, well, it's actually, I shouldn't just say for Sonic Kids, these teams are actually tied with the same amount of games played, so whoever wins this is going to be in the running to get into the top 4 still against USA, and whoever loses is probably out. So I mean, Sonic Kids, Rylez saying that they were still going to get out and they were going to win the tournament, so he's got to back it up now, man. They have to win here if they want to be able to get out of the group.
And then even further than that, win the tournament. But we're gonna have to see. It's gonna be very difficult considering they already have all those those losses against the top team. So it's gonna be difficult for them to get out of this group, especially after last game. Well, they weren't looking too solid in that matchup.
Yeah, and even if they lose, even if they win this, they still have to beat USA, who looked really strong today with the red group carry from Mystic.
Yeah, they were actually looking really solid with the red group carry from Mystic. I mean, red group's so strong. I mean, they're going to have to fight. Rylez is going to have to fight in red group, and I'm not sure if they're ready for that. I'm not sure if they're prepared to fight against the red teams, but we'll have to see.
Yeah,
so being in here, changing my AL menu thing.
Okay, so Q has popped. I will be right back in 1 second.
Yep. Alright guys, we're going to see an MLD mirror coming here. Probably what we're going to be looking for is swaps onto the Warlock. Between the Warlock and the Resto Druid, I believe is the right choice. Like, both teams should be playing Howl of Terror and just trying to get a Howl on the Resto Druid, switch him out into the open, swap to him, get hots on himself, and then fear him off and go back to the Warlock and kind of just switch back and forth that way. And the team that does end up getting more control and more of those swap bursts is going to be the winning team. So hopefully these games don't last too long. Hope you guys are enjoying this amazing Sunday or Saturday midday, late night, I guess, for Europe, and morning for US people. But this is League of Arenas. We're going to be starting this game shortly. Gates should be opening in just a few seconds. Yeah, but I mean, there's another thing about this is there's really there's no hybrids on either of these teams, so no off-fields are coming. But the thing is that each of these players each has a spammable CC, Resto Druid having Cyclone, Mage having Polymorph, and the Warlocks having Fear. Double CS coming out of both the Warlock and the Mage, so tons of CC able to be put out on the enemy team if they're actually getting a lot of pressure to able to stabilize yourself. The dog's not playing anytime soon, I'm sorry, man. And this is Yips commentating with Azael. So the gates have open. We're going to be entering this match, getting killed off and getting this started for you guys. I would actually hate to solo commentate a Wizard Mirror. I think this would be the most painful thing in the world. That's okay. So thank you, Namex, and okay, we're good to go.
I am back.
Welcome back. I was just saying it would be the most painful thing to solo commentate a Wizard Mirror.
I've been there.
Probably suck. Does it suck?
It sucks.
I could imagine it would suck.
I mean, at least if it's like a game like last game, because last game there wasn't very many kill opportunities, man. But you know, maybe Fnobers is going to make the difference here for his team, and be able to just kind of speed up the pace of the game a bit, because they are going to have a lot more CC. And like you said, Muhomer didn't really get involved with the clones at all, but you know, Fnobers will. I think he's a pretty aggressive druid, and I think he's going to be getting involved with those clones, and maybe it's just going to give them so much CC that just going druid the whole time or going mage the whole time is going to be fine, because you know, with that extra CC on the enemy druid, if you get full fear and sheep into clone whatever, maybe just tunneling the mage is going to be fine.
Yeah, I think that's going to be what it's going to be down to. Like, whichever druid plays better here is probably going to be the winning team, because honestly, the mage and the warlock, their jobs are pretty, I don't know, they just need to be swapping around. But maybe even Fnobers will like tell his team what to do, you know, kind of guide them in a sense on how to play against this matchup. Maybe he has more experience, knows what target for them to go on and whatnot.
Yep.
Alright, so the game started gateway coming up for both teams. We actually see Variant being instantly CS'd on that by Rylez. I'm not sure if that's actually going to change the game at all. I'm pretty sure you can just wait and then get another one out, and there it comes. Here comes the gateway. The stun is actually his port throwing out the Curse of Tongues. We see an MCS onto both of the team of Fnobers. And we see instantly a deep and a palm sheep coming onto Pyro. We see a deep onto this Warlock from the MLD of Fnobers, and he's instantly dropping down to 30%. He's being really low. We see no actually cooldowns coming out yet from either the Druid or the Warlock. Just
look at Rylez now, though. I mean, the Sonic Kids is getting way behind with this early CC now. The full fear comes in on Fnobers. He's actually going to have to trinket that as everyone is so low. His team is in a lot of trouble. There's the MCS. The shrooms can't come out just yet. Will he pop those shrooms out of the MCS? I think he will, because everyone is getting dangerously low. Rylez going to drop that ring defensively, but some good offensive pressure here started off by Mushroom Comp, and they were able to get the trinket already from Fnobers as well as the tree form, and haven't used anything. So, you know, next setup for them could be pretty huge.
Yeah, definitely. We see actually a lot of pressure coming from this BankQ team, seem to have a little more practice on this MLD. We see the Water Elemental actually being killed off here for the team of Rylez, so Rylez won't have that Water Ellie for a little bit of time. Actually, the cooldowns from Pyro have already been popped. He has used his Healthstone and his Warlock regen, so he just has Shield Wall and perhaps Dark Bargain yet if he is using that. We see the Cyclone coming out to Variant, so we now know Fnobers is actually trying to get those Cyclones out, trying to get that CC, and it actually, one of those Cyclones I do believe was trinketed by Variant, so good job by him, forcing that trinket from the Warlock, perhaps setting up a swap potential with him when he does have no trinket. Mahomer just throwing out those hots onto his team, trying to keep them fully hotted up. We see a Sheep going on to Variant, instantly dispelled by Mahomer. Good job by him watching his team, dispelling them constantly. Full hots onto BankQ, but he ends up throwing the Deep Freeze onto Rylez. Rylez dipping very low. MCS going out onto Fnobers. Rylez dipping down to 50%. Should be just fine though. Full hots onto him, even though there is this clone onto Pyro. He should be just fine. He uses Temporal, he has uses Incanter's Ward, and he has to have Ironbark and full hots. That's going to top him off. We do see dots going onto Variant. We see a Pound Stone going onto maybe Heart of the Wild being popped here, trying to go hard onto Variant here, trying to force more cooldowns out of him. I see Homer sit and... Go ahead.
Oh, I didn't say anything, but anyway, here's the swap coming in onto Variant. Variant down about half HP, does have the Iron Bark, full hots going up on him. The Palm Sheep did come in on Phenobarus, he's going to be feared off that. Mushroom Comp doing a much better job of CCing out this Druid, and they're going to make a swap here over onto Rylez, it looks like now. They have an ECC off of that. Looks like Phenobarus is going to be free from that CC for now, and imagine if Homer did get involved in this. I feel like the extra CC from him could net them the win, but anyway, Variant going to be popping that Demon Soul. He's going to be getting dots up on everyone. Pro going to counter with his own Demon Soul. There's the Deep Freeze onto Variant. He's going to be Iron Barked immediately though. MCS onto Homer. Phenobarus falling behind a little bit. Going to be having to spam out some of those Regrowths. He is way up on mana though. That's the one thing that is kind of heavily in their favor right now, is he's about 20-30% ahead on mana. We are going to see that Water Elemental going down once again. Phenobarus though trying to keep it alive for now. We have Bonq now pushing in, looking for some CC on Phenobarus. The knockback does come out though, and he's going to be able to get out of there. So Dispel comes in from Homer. He's going to be able to catch that UA. Phenobarus going to gain out of there. The Orb comes in onto Puro. Puro though not really in much trouble. They wanted to make a swap there on Phenobarus. Deep Freeze comes in. He's going to be taking some damage. Ice Lance is coming in as well. He actually kind of wasted that Frost Fireball. He used the Frost Fireball into the Deep Freeze, and you always want to do Ice Lances and then Frost Fireball out because it always crits anyway.
Yeah, definitely, but he did have full life beams on himself for that Deep Freeze, so he would just be just fine, and we did see a swap on the Variant there, but Variant still does have his Trinket, does still have all his Warlock cooldowns, so this team of Homer playing very well with their cooldowns. I mean, they haven't really used too much well. On the other hand, I guess neither has the team of Phenobarus. Warlock cooldowns did come out earlier, but they're back up by now. I kind of want to see when they do their Deep Freezes, just not MCSing the rest of Drew, because when they do that, he just is able to throw out that Iron Bark while he is MCS. So I think a much better idea would be either to Sheep or get a Fear on him and then Deep Freeze to get that maximum pressure out. We do see Phenobarus getting pressured down here, full dots on himself, and now he's applying those life blooms to himself, so he should be just fine. But Homer on the other hand dipping down to 30% behind the pillar in bear form, and there goes the Shrooms. He'll be just fine. We did see a Fear onto Phenobarus, but they're not able to capitalize that. We see another Fear onto Phenobarus with full dots into the middle of the map. Maybe we're going to see Bonq trying to set up on him. Actually, you just see a full Deep Freeze onto the Warlock of Phenobarus team. Pyro dipping pretty low, but he'll be just fine. Does get Shroom behind the pillar. Both Drews using their Shrooms, so there's going to be some recharge time on that. Maybe we'll be able to see a kill.
I have to say, though, look at Variant. It seems like he has way more pressure than Puro, always. I mean, if you look at the dots, there's always, like, dots everyone on Sonic Kids, and Mushroom Comp is usually totally fine. Homer's actually sitting down for a drink. He's just chilling. The Howl of Terror coming out on everyone. Triple CC goes out as well. Unbound Willie's on that Sheep. Deep Freeze comes out here onto Variant, though. We're going to try to make him pay for pushing in like that. He's going to pour it out, though. Homer into the NS clone, it looks like, from Phenobarus, but now they're going to swap it over on Bonq. But the pressure so far has been way in the advantage of Mushroom Comp. Now there's a full Sheep on a Homer. He's going to get dotted out of that. And we do see that the healing cooldowns have been used by Variant. Phenobarus, though, is going to be stacking up those blooms on himself, anticipating a swap over onto him. He has the rejuve up on Puro, probably going to get a rejuve up here on Rylez pretty shortly. The clone comes in on Bonq on his blooms, and there's the bash on a Homer. They're going to go on to him. A nice swap going to be coming in, perhaps. We do see the Cyclone trying to come out. MCS off that. Earthstalk has to be popped. Barkskin was up. No hots are up there. Knockback into the ring. Now he's going to use his own knockback. Knock Rylez into Bonq's ring. Good job by Homer there. He's going to pop his Swiftmend as well. And going to be spamming out those blooms.
We see the spam CC actually coming in from this team of Variant. Bonq just sitting there spamming polys in the Ring of Frost and Howl of Terror, but now they're going to switch it back over onto Phenobarus. We see the Deep Freeze counter swap going to him, but he does end up gating it. Good job by him gating that Deep Freeze, stopping all the pressure. Really good preemptive gateway. Not letting them get anything off that. We do see that Homer actually did have to use his Trinket on that last kill attempt from this team of Bonq. From Rylez. We just see after Trinket a Fear earlier. We do see a pounce onto Variant, just trying to set things up. Phenobarus trying to get as much CC on as he can on the enemy team. We do see a full poly actually come out to Phenobarus. Pyro sitting at 50%. Not really too many dots on him, so he should be just fine. Ports back to his Resto Druid. Should be okay off this, unless maybe you can see a Howl of Terror here coming on Pyro.
Yeah, there's a Howl, though, coming out actually from Puro, but the Howl of Terror comes out now on Phenobarus. Phenobarus actually going to Trinket that. There's the Unbound Will on the UA, though, from Puro, so he's actually going to take 40% of his HP right there, just from that Unbound Will. We see the MCS on a Homer. He's going to be feared off that. We have Bonq into the Cyclone there from Phenobarus. So Phenobarus, is getting those clones out a lot more, but honestly, he's getting more CC on him as well, because Variant is kind of pushing in more. And Bonq going to go for the Shatter there onto Rylez. Rylez down about half HP, catches the Iron Bark. He's going to be fine. Variant just spamming out that damage, trying to get full dots up on everyone. Once again, no dots on the entire team of Mushroom Comp right now. Demon Soul going to be popped here by Variant. He goes in. He's going to get howled on it, though. That's got to be annoying. I hate getting CC on Demon Soul. Full Demon Soul dots now coming out, though. We have the deep freeze onto Puro here. Puro fully Demon Soul dotted. The howl comes out on Fanabris. He's going to be stuck in that full. Everyone's fully Demon Soul dotted. Puro in trouble. Down to 20% HP, 10% HP. He's going to go down, perhaps. The Dark Bargain comes out just in time. But look at Fanabris. Everyone rotting here. Muhomer sitting through the sheep. Bonq looks like he's okay, though. Going to pop the Hellstone. Pops his Temporal Shield there as well. Now Dark Bargain going to be doing work here on Puro. He has to be careful as he is going to be taking a lot of damage from that. Bonq, though, forced in the ice block by Rylez with those Alter Time procs. And Fanabris out in the middle may get feared. No, he does not. But Puro in trouble here. Puro still down to about 40%. He's going to pour it out of there. They're pushing in. They need to get the CC on Fanabris. There's the MCS. Deep freeze on Puro. Puro still could be in some trouble. The MCS comes out on Rylez as well. He's swapping over into the gateway, though. Alter Time now popped here by Bonq. And I think Puro may go down. The NS Clone comes out on Fanabris. Puro over in the corner. He has the shield wall up, but he has no hots. He's 10% HP. The healing cooldowns come out, but is it too late? The wall plus the healing cooldowns looking like it will be enough. But Fanabris into a full palm ring. Oh my god, nice CC coming out. And the healing cooldowns will end. Can they get the damage out now? Puro, trinkets. He ports out of there. He's at 30% HP. He's going to gate. Fanabris, though, into the full fear. They need to chase. They need to get back to Puro and finish him off. Rylez getting low. Puro going to be deep freeze. The blink comes in. He gets in LOS, and I think that's going to cost him the game as he is at 10% HP. The Soul Drain coming in. He's going to go down, and Mushroom Comp going to take it 1-0 over Sonic Kids in this final best of 3. And Sonic Kids, man, they are looking like they're in a bad spot. They're just straight up. They're getting outplayed. They're looking like the worst MLD here.
They are really looking at the worst MLD. That CC chain was insane. They really need to break that up. I mean, they have a lot of... Rylez has a lot of CC. He has to CS the next thing in the CC chain to let his Druid get out of there, but it never really happened. They need to... The Druid needs to use Typhoons. The Warlock needs to be using his Fears and CS when they're under pressure to stop all that stuff. But the Warlock of Variant always seeming to have way more pressure than the other Warlock of Pyro onto the enemy MLD, and I'm not sure if, like, maybe Fanabris going more aggressive is causing this, because, I mean, it very well could. If Fanabris is playing too aggressive and letting himself get CC too much, it can definitely cause your team to kind of snowball into a disadvantage situation.
I mean, I don't even think he's getting that aggressive, though. I think he's just using Clone more. He's still sitting back behind the pillar, just like Muhomer is. But the thing is, with the difference is just seeming to me between the Mage and the Warlock play. And I mean, you talked about whoever is going to be the better Druid play is going to win, but I actually think that the casters are the ones making things happen here. And Variant is the one getting really aggressive, and he's having way more dots out than Puro is, than the Sonic Kids Warlock, and he's the one always getting in there, getting the full fears onto Fanabris, and that's forcing Fanabris off the pillar, making his hots fall. They're CCing him off that, and they're even making swaps to him off that, which is forcing him to hot himself out. All his hots fall off the fear. They swap him. He has to hot himself up behind a pillar, and his teammates are falling low. And we're just not seeing it from Sonic Kids. It seems like they're just on one target way too long all the time, and hots are just always up, and they're not really getting in any trouble. It's like they're just not getting those CC chains, and they're not getting the pressure.
Yeah, definitely. You need those fears to start those CC chains. So we need. I would really like to see some even not maybe aggressive port Halaterra, but try to get in there and have your mates maybe peel off the other mage so you can run in there and get a Halaterra on that Resto Druid. Try to get those, maybe put a ring around the Resto Druid, make sure he can't get out, and then just run in and Halaterra him. You need to get that Resto Druid out of position in order for you able to do anything, because if he's just left to free cast and let him to do what he wants, he's never going to let his team die against something like an MLD. So we'll have to see if they're actually going to be able to make that CC chain happen, because we saw there it was an insane CC on Fanabris. It was a deep freeze into a full poly, and then he got into a ring, into a full fear, into another fear, into a cyclone, and it just never ended.
Yeah, and then he got roared off that, and then he got re-cloned or whatever it was, or re-rung, and it was a great CC chain. So that was about as good as it can get, and they just completely CC'd him out. And I mean, Puro used all his defensive cooldowns there. It looked like he was going to die through them at one point, but he did survive, and it was for naught. I mean, I think that he actually might have been able to live if he didn't pop back out, because he did gate across the map, and I think that Fanabris was almost out of the CC there. So I feel like Fanabris could have actually been able to gate back to him and get back in there and maybe top him back off, but he kind of poked out and tried to get some more dots back up or do something.
I feel like Rylez should have not run back with his Warlock. I feel like Rylez should have still been in there trying to break up the CC chain, though.
Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, maybe he didn't have CS or anything, though. Who knows? But yeah, maybe just spamming out those polys or something could have been enough. But anyway, we are going to be seeing what's going to happen. This is match point for Mushroom Comp. They lost the first best of 3, when they didn't ban out that Ellie. But now, in these mirrors, they're looking like the dominant team. They really are looking like the dominant Mage Lock team in these games. So hopefully you're going to be able to maybe see a comeback from Rylez team. If not, their tournament hopes are probably on the line in this last game. I mean, this could be it for them. Yeah, I mean, I think they're I think they're basically all but eliminated if they lose this. Maybe mathematically they can still get in, but I'm not
Very
sure.
difficult.
It looks really hard. They have gotten. I mean, the one good thing for them is they have gotten 1 point regardless. I'm gonna look at the standings. Let's see. Okay, so they've gotten 1 point because they won best of 3. So right now, that would put them at 6 points, and USA is going to be at 8 points. They actually, wow, they already updated the standings. That was fast. So standings are actually updated, so we can actually look at them. And we can see Sonic Kids right here is at 5 points, and they're trying to pass USA, who's at 8 points. But so Sonic Kids is going to be at 6 points, and now Mushroom Company is at 6 points from winning a best of 3. But if Mushroom Company takes this, they're going to be at 7 points. They're going to have won the head-to-head against Sonic Kids, and USA is going to be at 8 points. And the last series is going to be between Sonic Kids and USA. But Mushroom Company or USA is going to have a much better chance of getting out than Sonic Kids if they lose this.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't really see. I'm not sure. They definitely have to change up their play because I didn't really see any last game. They didn't really force any cooldowns at all defensively. I mean, they forced Trinket a couple times from a homer, and they forced maybe like one ice block, but they never forced any of the Warlock cooldowns. They never forced the Druid ice block, and they really need to get in there and get that CC chain going. Otherwise, I don't see it actually coming up for a win in their favor.
Yeah, I agree. They need to be more aggressive. They need to push the pace of the game and get that CC on the Druid. Make swaps to the Druid. Make him make hard choices. You can't just let him do whatever he wants and just kind of chill in the back. So, anyway, got a tweet here from John. He says, "Watching Bleached Bones on my birthday. Happy birthday, John. Hope you're enjoying the games, and hope you have a great day. And we are going to be getting right into this."
Yep. So 20 seconds as the game start. We're going to see gateways go down for both teams here, probably right away. Shroom's probably going to be stacked up at the pillar, and then actually it's important to note Varen's team was actually the aggressive team. They actually pushed into the enemy team's pillar. So maybe we're going to see the similar things again. We see the gateways going up for both teams. Namex just channeling his now there, goes onto the opposite pillar, and we're going to see who the starting targets are for each of these teams.
Yep. We are going to see, Phenomenals just kind of chilling in the back right now. Both Druids probably stacking up their Shrooms as well. Varen going to pop that early Demon Soul. He's going to fake the CS. Demon Soul out here from Pro as well. The double blanket CS coming out on Varen there. He's going to be able to get out of the fear, though. He's soul burning dots up everywhere. But he's going to be cloned, actually. So, the Dispel came up from Phenomenals, and he's actually able to shut down almost all the Demon Soul dots. Can Varen get them out with the last seconds of his Demon Soul? He needs to. He only has, okay, there you go. So you got 3 sets of dots out with that Demon Soul, so not too bad. Pro on the other end did get a couple sets out himself, so both Warlocks, pretty even trade there. Varen, though, going to be deep frozen. MCS on Moohomer. Awkward positioning here, actually, on Varen. He's going to have to pop the Dark Bargain immediately. He was LSing his Druid pretty hard there. The Druid actually triggered the bash into a full clone. Great offensive play there by Phenomenals. Can they howl off that? They could actually net themselves a kill here early on, perhaps, but no. Pro not pushing in for that howl. I think he should have gone for it because the Dark Bargain dot plus full CC on the Druid could have meant an early end there for Varen. But there we go. We're going to have Moohomer. Oh, nice gate. He gates out, avoids the howl. Great play by him. He's pulling back across the map. We're going to see Rylez going on to Varen. They're going to try to push the pace here a little bit more this game, I think. And there's the deep freeze on to Varen. MCS on Moohomer. The Iron Bark goes up on Varen, though. He has a couple hots up on him. He should be okay. Here comes the CC that they're looking for from Moohomer. Moohomer knows that they want to go for that poly. So he is in the bear form. He's in the tree form now. He's going to be spamming out those regos, topping everyone back off. Coil comes out on Rylez. And they are going to be trying to swap it over on him, but Rylez fully hotted up, has the Iron Bark. The better swap this time, better start this time, rather, has to go to Sonic Kids.
Yeah, definitely the better shot for Sonic Kids. They already forced the Juice Trinket and a lot of cooldowns out of the Warlock, so that's definitely what they're looking for to go kind of offensive here, and I think that's what they definitely should do. Whichever Warlock gets more fears and more CC on the Druid, and whichever forces those cooldowns faster is going to obviously be the team that's going to win. We see them kind of tunneling to this Warlock Varen. He has no hots in himself. He needs to get those Life Bloom stacked, but we see the full Howl of Terror coming onto Moohomer. Fnaber's just sitting in the middle, spamming those Cyclones. That's what he needs to do. He needs to chain off CC on his team. We see the Bash going to Moohomer, maybe a swap going onto him. We see the Heart of the Wild popped here, maybe by Fnaber. Heart of the Wild Rake coming in, that dot taking big, but Barkskin is popped. I think he'll be just fine. We see the team gating out.
Yeah, it's looking like a bit of a reversal, really, from last game. If you look, the pressure, the dots are really up way more on Mushroom Comp. The pressure really more in their advantage as well, and I think that is just because they're being more aggressive. The Trank going to come out here, though, and allow their team to stabilize with full Trank hots. They're all going to go to full, so this is where Mushroom Comp really needs to try to turn things around. They need to get back to their ways from last game and get that CC on Phenomenals.
Yeah, definitely. Here comes the Demon Soul, second Demon Soul coming up from Varen here. Right away, trying to get that pressure, as you said, rolled around back onto the enemy team of Fnaber's. We see dots only really coming out onto the Mage and to the Warlock. I feel like every time the Druid is in the open, like he just was there, just get full dots on him, get what you can, because it's very important. We see Fnaber's displaying those instantly, but just reapply them, make him dip down, make him force to go behind the pillar and heal himself. We see a deep freeze on a Rylez, dipping down low, dipping down to 40%. Iron Bark comes in, so he should be just fine. Varen, on the other hand, has full life blooms, they just procced with Iron Bark. Muhammad needs to do a better job. He needs to apply those life blooms before they fall off. It's very important to keep those 3 blooms up because that is 3 globals, and you kind of only want them to go off when you get CC'd, and that's when you're going to get the maximum potential out of them. Banky, we see him spamming out those spell steals. He has 2 life blooms on himself currently, but they're just really tunneling to Varren. I think those life blooms should be kept on that Warlock. As you said, this Rylez team really likes just tunneling to one target, so if Muhammad is able to adapt and just keep hots onto Varren, I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, I agree. One key thing to note is that Muhammad actually killed off all the shrooms from the other team, and he's going for a drink now. So, Bonq is going to pull back here. He's going to healing touch himself with that Simbi healing touch, and we see Muhammad blinking over there. He's high on mana now. Both players are pretty even on mana. There's the full sheep coming out there onto Muhammad, and there's the deep freeze on Varren. Varren could be in some trouble here. He's going to pop the wall, and as clone comes out too early though from Muhammad, and it's going to be trinketed into the bash. A reclone going to come out now. Do they have a howl off that? Pro needs to get over there. He needs to get the CC off of this, and he's going to get that full fear finally. The ice block now used. Varren gonna have to pop his healing cooldowns. Refear gonna come out as well. Nice meld on the Refear there by Muhammad. Is gonna be able to get those hots up and now, and Varren should be just fine. The MCS though comes out on Barrett. Still, no CC has really been on Fenabris at all this game, and it's looking like a very different Sonic Kids team. The Deep Freeze comes out on Puro. Fenabris trying to get some hots out on him, but he's dipping down to 40% HP. He's taking a lot of damage. The regrowth going to come out. He's going to get locked full, and now Puro is going to have to use those healing cooldowns. He ports, but he ports to the wrong side of the map, and he's way away from Fenabris. Fenabris has to blink in there, but he may be able to get CC'd. Yes, he gets feared on that. Now he's going to have to trinket. A big turnaround there for Mushroom Comp, getting a lot of cooldowns because there was a miscommunication between Puro and Fenabris. They were on opposite sides, and now the gateway is going to be killed off. And now Varren popping his Demon Soul, going to get that pressure rolling. The UA dispel caught there by Fenabris. Full dot's going to be going up from him. We are going to see Puro popping his Demon Soul as well, but he's in the deep freeze. No hots on him at all. Do they have any CC here for Fenabris? He's going to be feared full. Puro could be in some trouble here. Bonq looking for the shatter on him. Full dots go up. There's the death coil on to Puro. Puro has no gateway available, but no mage damage has come out just yet, and it's looking like he is okay. So 4 now. So Fenabris going to get back in there, going to get the hots up. But Varren now dipping it so low. Dark Bargain has to be popped once again. There's the deep freeze into the clone on Muhammad, and I think that Varren could be in so much trouble as he is going to have that Dark Bargain dot ticking, and Muhammad needs to get those heals out. He's going to be able to do it. Bonq popping the altar time. He gets the palm sheep on Fenabris. Big damage coming out on Puro. Varren still though dangerously low. 30% HP. The MCS comes in on Muhammad. He needs to get those hots back up. He needs to keep his Warlock alive here. Allow them to stabilize. Puro at the same time going to have to trinket. Looks like blooms are going to fall on him. Fenabris going for the bash. Couldn't look for the clone, but will he be able to do it? He's going for the clone now. They lock him full. They can turn it around though onto Puro. The ice block going to be used there offensively by Rylez. He feels like they have the pressure and he's trying to capitalize. The DR deep freeze comes in on Muhammad. He's going to be able to get that full sheep anyway though. Howl comes in on Bonq and they're just keeping it going. Full clone now onto Muhammad. He's getting CC'd so much. The clone is going to be trinketed though. Fenabris is in tree form and he is stacked on top of them, so they could howl him and try to turn some stuff around here.
Yeah, definitely. Varren under so much pressure there. Good job by this enemy team, or by the team of Muhammad and Varren, just living here, surviving, trying to wait until they can get their own pressure. We see a deep freeze come out to Fenabris, but Fenabris has popped that tree form, recognizing that the enemy team's probably going to want to go very aggressive and just keeping them stable at this point. We see Namex spamming out those dots onto the enemy team. Pyro just catching a UA dispel from that Unbound, dipping himself very low, taking away about 40% of his health. We see Sovereign and Namex, 5%, 12%, to be solo Muhammad in full clone, 6%, 8%, loyal cost, and he seems to be just fine, catches the NS behind the pillar gateway. Big damage coming up from Rylez and Pyro onto Varren, and it just seems like a new team. Lots of CC going onto the rest of the this time. They're pressuring Muhammad, they're getting on top of him on that pillar, and that's what they need to do. We see even trying to push out to get a Cyclone, but Fenabris on top of that, clones him first.
Yeah, I mean, the dog calling for danger to Varren there, and he did hear it in that time. He was able to pop his healing cooldowns, pop that death call, stay alive, so good calls there by the dog. We do see the full clone onto Puro, hashtag dog knows. We do see Rylez now. He's going to be the target. He's fully hotted up, catches the Iron Bark as well. Bash goes out onto Varren. We have the NS clone on the dog from Yips. You can't hear him barking anymore. Gryvo check pulling back here. That's Muhammad in the background. He's going to be getting those hots out onto everyone. Fenabris is going for the metal drink. We'll be able to get a lot of mana back here, and we are going to see Varren now into the CS. Pounce on Muhammad. They're looking for the clone. Into the full clone. Here's the deep freeze on Varren. This could be it. Varren in a lot of trouble. He's going to have to pop that shield while he does, but it's too late, I think. 10% HP. Muhammad trying to get those heals out. Swiftman comes in. Will he be able to survive? Rylez getting some damage turned around on him. He's going to get out of there. That gateway key there for Varren. Varren going to be getting out now. And Muhammad is trying to get back there. He has the NS pop, but he's feared on it. Can they dispel it? They need to dispel that NS. That would be absolutely huge if they can spell seal it off, but Bonq now taking some damage. Fenabris is going to have to trigger the fear. He's going to NS clone onto Varren, trying to shut down that NS heal from Muhammad, but Muhammad into the clone now. He still has his NS up. It's been up for like 20 seconds. Deep freeze onto Varren. I think this is going to be it, unless the NS can come out. Can he get it off? He gets the NS off just in time, but I don't think it's going to be enough. The regrowth comes in, but not enough, and Varren going to fall. Sonic Kids going to tie it up, and they look so much better that game.
It did look so much better. Getting those fears and everything on Homer, just pressuring him, getting on top of his pillar, that's exactly what they needed to do, and they were able to turn it around and get the kill there. Just completely pressuring this enemy team. Great job by them. Dog calls it, man. Dog knows.
The dog knows. And look at the damage that game.
Yeah.
Pro did more than double what Namex did. Pro did 11 million, and Namex, that's Variant, did 5 million.
I feel like the solution to that is probably tunneling the Warlock and trying to like just throw every spelllock into the enemy team's Warlock. So if your Warlock's getting tunneled, maybe just throw every spelllock into that Warlock and just try to shut down as much as possible. I mean, try to get your team capitalized.
I honestly kind of disagree. I feel like it's more about the fact that he had to play so defensive. I honestly feel like it's just interrupt, stop the CC. You don't even need to CS damage so much as stop the CC. And just shut down those CC chains on your own Druid so you can play more aggressive and do the same thing that they're doing. Because the first game, you can see it's just whoever's CCing the Druid and stopping the CC on their Druid is the one that's dominating the game. The first time it was Mushroom Comp, second time Sonic Kids.
Yeah, definitely. That actually is a really good point. And Fnaber's going really aggressive on the Cyclones. Maybe they're able to capitalize on his aggressiveness play and just actually CC him on that and get their own pressure going. But unfortunately, we're able to do that as getting tunneled every single Deep Priest going in on that Warlock, and they were able to just tunnel him down. But again, it's pretty one-dimensional play. If they're able to, they're not really swapping too much. So if Aaron's team is able to figure something out, maybe they'll be able to pull it off this next match. Maybe a different map choice even coming in from them. We'll have to see. And this is the final game of the series, isn't it?
It is, man.
One final. Yeah. Okay.
It's all down to this. And people are saying that the 720p vanished. I guess if you refresh, you can get 720p back. It must be some weird Twitch thing. So hopefully it is going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hopefully it'll be okay.
Yep, so Nagrand, to give you the pick again. I was hoping for a different map, but we're going to be going on Nagrand,
Everyone seems to like Nagrand, man.
Yeah.
Seems to be the map of choice. I don't know. If
I don't
was
think I've ever
team,
picked Nagrand. I don't think
I've ever picked Nagrand either.
Yeah.
I've never. I always feel like there's a different map I have an advantage on.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it's a fine map. It's not like it's the most fair and balanced map to start out on. I think it's great, but these
I don't see why you wouldn't give your team the advantage by picking a different map.
Yeah.
Although they are running a mirror.
It is a mirror, but even in mirrors, a lot of times I feel like there's like a play style thing. You're like, well, we're the more aggressive team, so let's do X. Or we're the more defensive team, so let's play this. Yeah,
let's play I think Tovaram would be a great choice for this for BanQ's team because we're playing the more defensive game last time, and definitely a big map like that can promote that kind of play. But we'll have to see if Nagrand pays off for them. I guess they feel like they can do it. But whenever I play, I always feel like I can go to Dalaran or I can go to Blade's Edge or something like that and give my team the advantage with knockoffs or whatever it may be, or my certain playstyle, or not letting the Warlock get between my Shaman on a certain map, and I feel like they're not taking advantage of that. That's okay.
Okay. Well, the gate does open right there.
Okay.
And now it's 1-1, so we can't have a win on a timeout. And I mean, that game was pretty close to being timed out. Mushroom Comp only, even though they were kind of getting. They're on the back foot. They only need to live 2 minutes, and they would have won the series right there.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. If they could have just survived, they would have been fine. But that NS up was actually up forever on Grabo, and he wasn't actually able to get it off.
Yeah.
It was a great play by Fnabers, actually. He cloned the Warlock, and while Grabo was running back, he got a full clone on him, and then knocked the Warlock away from him even further. So, great play by Fnabers, noticing those positions.
Yeah. I thought it was going to get Spellstone for sure, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. It was up there forever.
Yeah, it was up for so long.
I guess they weren't really paying attention to it or didn't care too much. Alright, getting killed off here. Game's probably going to start pretty quickly. The dog's apparently going to call something this game. We'll have to see. Calls the kill.
Yep. When the dog barks, the big deeps are going to come, man, so.
It seems to happen.
Yep. Alright, so countdown going.
Yep, bunch of humans going against one another, doing the damage. I wonder if one team would play Horde if they would have the advantage, because they do have Will of the Forsaken. I feel like that's a big cooldown.
Yeah, seems like all the Druids love playing with Mel, which I understand, I guess, the rest of Druids.
It's really good for fear and stuff. You can stop that.
Yeah, it is very good, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like Undead is pretty solid as well. Being able to get out of the CC is pretty nice. So.
Yeah, no, Druids do love their Shadow Meld.
Yep. All right, so here we have it. going to be starting it off. We're going to have them blinking in right there. There's a CS on a Baron, so actually shutting down that gateway immediately, and Pro is going to be able to get his gate off. Rylez into the deep freeze though. MCS onto Fnobber's, Howl onto Pro there on his Demon Soul. Variant having trinketed, to get those Demon Soul dots out for himself, and now it looks like he was locked actually, so he's not really getting much of anything going. And Pro, really was the one pushing the pressure last game, so we'll see if that's going to be the case this game again. There's a second CS on a Pro, deep freeze on a Garbo check, looking for that ring. Fnobber's is dotted up, so is everyone really right now, but Bonq going for the shatter. It's going to be on to Rylez. Rylez down about half HP. The orb comes out from him. He's going to be going on to Variant once again. Variant now taking some pretty big damage. May want to port out of there. I'm not sure. Does he have his port down? I don't know. But he's going to be fine. I don't think he actually has a port down. So yeah, now he drops it.
Yep, he just put his port down, so good job by him trying to, obviously a big mistake not putting it down to begin with, but good job for him putting it down now. We see a full clone coming on to Homer. That was an NS Cyclone, maybe some pressure going to be coming on Variant. Maybe probably actually have to use some cooldowns here on this deep freeze. This is a big deep freeze. He actually does end up getting dispelled out of that. Good job by Homer out of that Cyclone, instantly dispelling that deep freeze, stopping all pressure, and we see the Iron Bark going up. Homer sitting in bear form, trying to avoid that CC. And actually, one thing I've noticed these last couple games, we've seen a lot more bash stuns in Fnobber. I'm not sure what spec Homer's running, but if we can see some clutch bash disorients, it could change the pace of the game. Full Fear coming out here onto Fnobber, so that's really good by Variant. Getting that CC started, maybe could see a Poly or a Cyclone out of that. That would be huge. Get that pressure going on whatever turn to going on. They seem to be going on Rylez. Rylez dipping down to 70%, no hots. Iron Bark and Rejuvenation coming up right now. Should be just fine. Lincoln CS onto Fnobber out of that Fear, but no follow-up CC.
Yep, Bonq looking for a poly. It's going to be on to Pro, just trying to shut down some of his damage, but no dots on Sonic Kids at all right now for Variant. But I guess, only dots on Bonq as well. So, both players have pulled back, so it makes sense that the dots did kind of fall off there. We can see Bonq going to be feared out there. Homer feared out into the clone. The deep freeze comes out on Variant. Nice setup here for Sonic Kids. They're looking for the kill. 50% HP now onto Variant. He's going to be MCS'd off that. The shrooms are popped though. He's going to be brought back to full sheep now onto Homer. We are going to see that it looks like he's going to be just fine. As Variant is getting out of there, but Homer put back into another sheep there. And Variant, I feel like he should have just gated out a while ago, but he is catching the heals, and Pro in some trouble now. Deep freeze on Fnobber. He has no trinket. Full Fear and the clone going to be overlapped, unfortunately, there. If they had that after, it would be better. But anyway, Pro going to be howled off there. Pro has no hots really. Variant though taking some damage as well. He's going to be put in the deep freeze. Demon Soul up on both sides. No dots out from Pro just yet, but we do see Homer going to catch that UA dispel. There's this Nova onto Fnobber's. Pro in some trouble, 20% HP. Will he just go down? MCS comes in on him. NS came out there. Tranquility coming out now from Fnobber's. Mushroom Comp looking to turn some things around here. But Rylez is down dangerously though. Rylez needs to be careful. He goes in the ice block. The Tranquility, he was not in range of it. And the Hellstone going to come out there as well. So this is a much more even game than the last one. It seems like the teams are kind of taking turns, and now this one's going to be the even match to end things up. And we do have Bonq down pretty low. He's at 40% HP. He has double rejuve though. Spell stole one off. Pops temporal shield. There's the Fear onto Variant. Variant going to be deep frozen. There's the MCS onto Homer. We see Fnobber's blinking in. He's looking for the NS clone. Will he get it? Bash comes out on Homer. He's going for that clone now. They need to interrupt it. They don't though. And Bonq going to have to get out of there. Variant did use his trinket. He did pour it out. So Homer is going to be able to sit through that, and he looks like he's just fine. And he's going to be able to get those haunts out for his team once again here. Fnobber still with no trinket. They need to capitalize. They need to get more cooldowns from them before he gets his trinket back. I want to see them push in, get that fear, get something going. But Pro going to be the target now. MCS onto him. No haunts up just yet as they have been spell stolen off. The Bloom's going to be swapped over onto him now though by Fnobber's. Rylez going to be put into the clone there from Homer. Homer going to maybe look for a reclone as well. No, just going to pull back behind the pillar here instead and try to get away from him. We do see that Rylez looking for the palm sheep now. He lands that. Double Howl comes out. Fnobber setting up for the bash clone off that. They have a great setup here, and they're going to go hard on a Variant. Variant into the MCS. The orb comes out perhaps. No, not just yet. The defreeze is up on him. He does use his pre-healing cooldown, so he's going to be able to completely negate that. I actually really like those healing cooldowns. There's the trinket from Homer, but he's going to get bashed on that. Fnobber's now in the full fear. We do see that they're going to be putting out a little bit of damage on a Pro. The clone comes off that fear. The trinket's going to be forced by Fnobber's, but that seemed pretty preemptive. Don't you think he could have sat that?
I definitely think he could have sat that, but another big change is Variant is actually playing Halaterra this time instead of Deathcoil, which I completely agree with. We see a lot of damage coming onto Pyro, full fear onto, or short fear onto Fnobber's, comes out with NS heal, big heals, but also healing cooldowns used by Pyro. So with Fnobber's having no trinket and for such a long time, I definitely feel actually big swap over on Fnobber, no trinket. He pops his barks in, no hots on him, big pressure. He is end up forced to use his Hellstone, so nice swap over to them. While so he might have to be forced to bloom himself. I mean, maybe you'll see a full fear and then switch back onto Pyro, who has just used his healing cooldowns. I feel like with no trinket, just tunnel into that Warlock and see how many cooldowns you can get. Variant, on the other hand, dipping down to 50%. Homer has used his PvP trinket, so that's not up for another minute. We might be able to see some big pressure coming to Variant. He has also used his healing cooldowns. He only has Shield Wall and Dark Bargain left. Banq dipping down to 73%. But no dots on him. dots coming up front for both teams, but they're kind of just waiting. Demon Soul not up for another while as it was just used, so I think these teams are just kind of be sparring in the middle for a bit and kind of waiting. Rylez has 3 sets of blooms on him, so he's not going to die anytime soon, but we do see the full deep freeze going into Pyro, trying to force those cooldowns, and MCS going to Phenober. No Iron Bar coming out, I guess he must be on cooldown, and we do see the blooms switching over to him, so he should be just fine. Both teams just kind of sitting back, waiting, trying to force cooldowns as they can, and then eventually probably go all in for that kill.
Yeah, and I mean, Phenober's no trinket. Can they get CC on him here now? Doesn't look like it just yet. Variant get a trinket. He's trying to get that howl. He gets a full howl on Phenober's. They look like they want to go on Pro, but Pro does have the full hot, so they're going to do it anyway. Full blooms are up on him. Phenober's going to be hit by that orb, and he is in the orb. He's just kind of tanking it right now. Pro taking some big damage. MCS came out there. Pro down a half HP. Muhomer into the deep freeze. They have a poly off that. It's going to be CS. Nice job shutting down the CC. That's what I'm talking about. You have to use your interrupts to keep your Druid out of CC because that keeps you offensive. That's how you get the damage going. Phenober's falling behind a little bit on the mana. He's down about half mana. He's going to be going for the meld drink. Can they stop this? They need to. Throw out the Rain of Fire. Do something. Rain of Fire comes out. Nice job there. Going to be able to sit him back up. And not before he gets about 20% mana back, but still. Bonq now pushing in, spamming out the spell steal, spreading the dots. Phenober's at half HP, half mana as well. Variant has to get out there. He's going to get haunted back up. He's going to be okay. We see Bonq trying to get a little bit aggressive now. Phenober's going to be feared. Will they make a swap to him? I think it could be a good one if they do go for it. But instead, the NS clone comes out. The trinket comes out from Phenober's. Do they have another fear for him? Pro in a little bit of trouble. The bloom's going to be stacked back up. Ironbark is up there as well. Full hots now out. Rylez pops the altar time. He's trying to get the damage rolling, but Variant, Mushroom Cop, Bonq, and Muhomer, you know, they're the ones with it really now. And Phenober's going to be in some trouble here. He's going to be swapped to. The orb comes out on him. The Shatter going to come in. 20% HP. He's going to have to probably Ursox, but now they can just fear him off and go over Pro. Pro has no hots available. They need to get the damage going now. The NS comes out. It's going to crit, thankfully, for Phenober's. And that, you know, I have to say is a little bit lucky, but Phenober's going to be pulling back here. He's at 50% HP. He's going to pop the regrowth on himself and get that innervate rolling.
Yeah, definitely. Those are the Demon Soul cooldowns up from the Warlocks. So a lot of pressure going on both sides, but I definitely feel like Phenober teams was on the back foot there, and they should kind of pull back. On the other hand, Muhomer did have to use his trinket to get that clone onto Phenober's, which he did trinket to get that kind of pressure going. So that's something to watch. Maybe they can get a full CC on Muhomer and turn it around onto this team. But Pyro put into the deep freeze. Cyclone coming out onto Phenober out of the disorient. Good job by Muhomer noticing that last time he wasn't getting enough pressure, so now he's pushing on Phenober and getting his CC out. But full lock onto that Cyclone. Variant put into the bash stun. Tons of damage coming into Variant. Put in the deep freeze on Muhomer. Good job sitting in bear from them, not actually able to get polyed, but Ring of Frost coming on that deep freeze. He is forced to ice block that off. Variant dipping so low, no hots himself yet. So definitely being punished for trinketing that Cyclone offensively.
I feel like Muhomer made a big mistake, honestly. I mean, he was going for the clone when he had 0 hots, literally not even a rejuve up on his team. You have to pre-hot and then go for the clone. So if you get interrupted, you still have those hots ticking. And I think not doing that is what forced all those healing cooldowns from Variant. It could come back to really bite them. Both Druids with no trinket right now. There's the NS clone on Phenober's. Can they CC off this? Pro has no hots. He's going to be in a lot of trouble here. They're looking for the Roar. The Roar is going to be blinked over by Phenober's. Nice job by him. Can they get a fear on Phenober's? Dark Bargain already used there by Pro. Rylez now in a little bit of trouble, down 30% HP. Will he just die without blocking? He's going to be taking a big shatter, 10% HP. The block comes in just before the Ice Lance that would have killed him. Dark Bargain dot now ticking on Pro. They need to get the CC on Phenober's and finish off Pro. Pro in a lot of trouble here, pulling back. Going to drop the Soul Well again. He's trying to spread out those dots. Hots are going up now everywhere. Muhomer has a trinket available. Everyone, getting their trinkets back here now. It seems Phenober's just came back up as well. Pro and Variant have theirs too. So both Warlocks and Druids with their trinket available, and they are going to be able to do this. Doing a good job with that. Namex, Variant, he's going to get locked on his Demon Soul. The orb comes out. They're going to be going hard on him. The hots are up from Muhomer. We do see that he's going to be bashed. Maybe the clone going to be coming out. Nope, not just yet. The MCS there onto Variant. The NS clone comes out from Phenober's onto Muhomer, but I think Variant should be okay. We probably want support though. He's just kind of chilling in the middle. He does have the Iron Bark, but still, that's not really a great spot to be. And Muhomer going to get feared. The deep freeze comes in. Variant going to trinket it. Both actually trinket it. Oh, that's an overlap. But you do see Phenober is going to be feared off. What are they going to do here? They may want to make a swap onto Phenober's. The Haunt comes out. Nice fake on the CS there by Variant. Full sheep though onto Muhomer. The Haunts are about to break here from Variant. Variant needs to use his wall way earlier than this. He may just die here. The full clone comes in on Muhomer. And this is what I'm talking about. I mean, there was the wasted healing cooldowns because there was no Haunts out, and now double trinket comes out, and Variant may just go down as a result. He's trying to get out of there. He's going to be back behind the pillar, getting healed back up finally. We see Phenober's is the one back behind on mana, but he has his trinket. He's going to go for the meld drink here, very likely, or maybe just get out of combat and go for that drink, and they're going to get the advantage as a result of that. The Shrooms being stacked back up here once again by Muhomer, and Phenober's going for that drink.
Yeah, definitely. The pressure going back between these MLS teams, or MLD teams, so quickly. But Phenober definitely in an advantage position. He does have his trinket up. He still has his ice block. But Muhomer stuck in that full fear. We see the CS come out on that fear into Variant. Maybe a big swap coming in here. We can see the orb coming in from Rylez, or Bonq here onto... actually, it's ported instantly by Pyro. That's a great job by him. But Variant dipping down 40%. We do see that NS clone come out onto Muhomer. And then we see actually a great Cyclone onto Namex. although it does kind of overlap on that sheep. So bad communication there from that team, but hopefully they can still get a kill on Variant because of that. We see another half poly into a full fear, so they're chaining the CC so hard onto Mahomer, and Variant stuck, and then MCS.
He's dead, man. There's no
20%
way.
There's Dark Bargain.
Dark Bargain comes up, and and that may be enough. But Pro going to be spam feared. There's the MCS on Fanabra's Variant. Going to have a lot of healing that he needs to be done on him because the Dark Bargain dot is ticking. He's taking huge shatters during that. Muhomer now is into the deep freeze. He's just getting CC forever. Dark Bargain dot is ticking. He has 0 hots. Muhomer needs to get those hots out, but he's going to be NS. He pops the NS, but he has no hots, and he's in the full sheep, full clone. Pro taking some damage as well, but it doesn't matter because Variant is going to die here. 3% HP. He's going to go down, and oh man. Mushroom Comp honestly was playing really well, and they were getting a lot of pressure, but I just felt like Muhomer was not doing a good job keeping those hots out. He kept going for CC with no hots out, and then the double trinket came out, and that really cost them the game. I mean, they just overlapped some of their cooldowns, and that's going to cost them it, man, because Sonic Kid's going to be able to take it, and they are going to be able to take that series.
Yeah, definitely. So they're probably going to be the ones that end up moving on. That's kind of unfortunate for Mushroom Company because they were playing well for a good part of there, but definitely Mahomer not keeping up hots as much as he should. Like every time he got to put in a CC chain, oftentimes all he had was a rejuvenation onto his Warlock, and that's not enough at all for him to deal with. So he does end up flying there. Just too many cooldowns being forced out of this team of Fnaber. And another, like, even though they were getting pressure on Fnaber, he was never forced to use his Ice Block, which is kind of like his second Grace Trinket, and it was forced pretty early on by Sonic Kids, so good job by them getting those cooldowns out of the Resto Druid and end up scoring a kill on that Warlock.
Yep, so they are going to take the series 2-1, but it's not guaranteed that they are going to move on or anything like that. They still have that match versus USA. I think that should be next week, and that is, I think, actually going to be the one that decides it. For Sonic Kids and those two teams, that's probably going to be whatever decides who gets top 4.